Hi and welcome to Outdoor World Direct. Today we're going to take a look at the Coleman Aspen 6L tent. Now this is a large family tent, ideal for probably 4 people. Although it says it sleeps up to 6 people, you should always take that with a pinch of salt, and the comfort rating of this is probably 4 people. So we've got a large open front canopy here, we've got a sewn-in ground sheet, and we've got sleeping quarters to the rear of the tent. So this is a tunnel design, so it's really simple and intuitive to pitch. You've got fiberglass pole and sleeve design, so it's very easy just to make the poles up, thread them through and pin them in at the bottom of the tent. Now with it being a fiberglass pole tent, it's going to offer you a bit more value for money. So this is ideal for anybody that's just getting into camping, your entry-level camper that perhaps doesn't want to spend a fortune on an inflatable tent to find out camping isn't for them. This is probably where you want to start off. So as a tent, you've got great living space to the front. This is an ideal area to get into the tent if it's raining, because you're not going to get water inside, so you can enter under this rain safe canopy. It's also an ideal area for shade. If it's warm during the day, you might not want to sit inside the tent because it'll be really warm in there. You want to sit out here where you've got a bit of a breeze, and obviously it's going to give you some shade from the sun as well. So some of the great features of this tent, we've got a door to the front and to the side. Both of them are backed by mesh panels. So although you've got your waterproof fly sheet door to the exterior, you've got internally a mesh door. This is really useful for giving airflow into the tent and reducing condensation. So if it's been a warm evening, what you might want to do is just open up the fly sheet doors and zip down the mesh panels so that bugs can't enter, but you get a nice healthy airflow throughout the tent. This is really useful because the tent actually has a sewn-in ground sheet inside. That means it will trap moisture inside there because it's harder for the moisture to escape. Sewn-in ground sheets are great because they stop the bugs and they stop the drafts from getting in, but they do create more condensation as a result. Also, you've got large windows in the porch area, and you've got large windows going into the living space. These windows in the living space are all backed by privacy curtains, so the living space, you can make that private of an evening so that nobody can look into the tent. So if we look at the internal living space, the first thing to point out, we've got front and side access. So they're your entry exit points. Again, they're backed by mesh panels, which is really useful for reducing condensation. You've got windows to the front and to the side, all of which have toggled privacy curtains. You have a cable point here for mains access. So if you've got an electric hookup, you can thread it through here and have electric in here. You've got a fully sewn-in ground sheet all the way throughout. The bedrooms on this model, they are not blackout bedrooms. They are just standard bedrooms. So although they'll help reduce early morning light, if you want in a blackout bedroom, which a lot of Coleman tents come with, you need to check out the Castle Pines 6L, which is the same as this tent, but with a blackout bedroom. Finally, one of the other features here, we've got a drop-down ground sheet to the front of the tent. This is really useful for people that have got prams and wheelchairs because it's easier to get the pram or wheelchair in without a tripping hazard of a raised ground sheet. The only problem with these types of doors is that they can sometimes create a draft between the fly sheet door and the ground sheet. But with this, they've counteracted that by putting a zip on the base of it. So you can zip it to close this door entirely and have a nice sealed area. So to conclude my video, this is a great tent for the weekend camper, the first time campers that want to get into camping without spending a fortune. It can sleep up to 6 people, but I would say it's more comfortable for 4. You've got free zone design with an open canopy, you've got a sewn-in ground sheet, and you've got the sleeping quarters to the rear. You've got a front and a side door. It's a reasonable pack size because it's a pole tent, and it's also a reasonable weight at 25 kilos. This is going to go comfortably into the boot of most cars. This is just great for weekends away and spring to summer camping. If you've got any further questions, then please drop a message on the comments box. Thanks for watching.